Good morning and welcome back to We Are Austin. I'm Trevor Scott. I'm so glad you guys are hanging out with us today. Whether it's from Austin to LA, New York to London, or even Sydney to Lima, music and podcast collaboration across the globe is now possible with Sessionwire. President and CEO, musician, songwriter, all-around Renaissance guy, Colin Wiebe is joining me this morning to share how Sessionwire facilitates, and listen to this, studio quality audio from the comfort of your own home. Colin, good morning. It's great to see you.
Good morning. It's good to see you too. Thanks for having me on.
It's our pleasure. This is a fascinating topic here today. So Sessionwire really is changing the way even major musicians in bands are kind of able to record their music. How does it work? Tell us all about this.
Well, first of all, Sessionwire is a peer-to-peer platform which allows musicians, singers, songwriters, engineers, producers, teachers, even podcasters to connect online and record high quality audio together at the same time. It's very much like Zoom for musicians, only with dual audio streaming services, which are very high quality. And it works with any digital audio workstation. If you have some musicians in your audience, if they're familiar with Pro Tools or Logic or Ableton, any of the big majors, it works with all of them.
Wow, that is incredible to know. I mean, when this all first began, and of course here in Austin, Texas, you know, we like to carry the moniker, one of the live music capitals of the world. It was really a devastating effect on our music industry here. And you did start to see slowly but surely bands and musicians kind of trying to get together to perform this way. It seems like Sessionwire is really going to help amplify the ability to get together and kind of collaborate with other musicians, right?
Yeah, it's absolutely built for that. It was built by musicians for musicians. As a musician myself, all my gigs for 2020 and a lot of them for 2021 have been canceled. So I know what that feels like. But it was kind of a blessing in disguise, because I actually spent more time in my studio writing and recording. And I discovered the power of Sessionwire, even myself, being the president and CEO, by getting people that never would I would have access to in a studio that were miles and miles away actually play on my record. For example, the sax player that played for Prince for many years, he had once said in passing to me at a NAMM show convention, "Hey, if you ever want a sax solo on one of your songs, just hit me up." Well, I did. I called him on Sessionwire, and sure enough, he played a beautiful sax solo. And with Sessionwire, you're actually kind of in the room. It's it's like being behind the glass. So
Yeah.
you get to have that interaction. You have a talk back. So you can say, "Oh, I'd like one more take," or "Play that a little faster." You can actually be part of that collaboration process. And that's what musicians really crave, is the ability to communicate with each other in real time.
That's so cool. I love the way you said behind the glass, because that's kind of what I was picturing here. It's this digital version of being in the studio together. That's so fascinating. And one thing that's really important to mention clearly by some of the testimonials you have, we're talking about high quality, especially with audio, because I know musicians are really proud of the work that they're putting out there and they want to put out the best possible product. Sessionware really provides that really high quality audio.
Yeah, it is. We've done tests between some of the biggest engineers in the world, and they listen to what they're recording in their studio and what they're recording streaming from Sessionwire, and they can't tell the difference. But the reality is that it's not going to the cloud or the internet. It's actually peer to peer. So you get this rock solid, bank encrypted, system hookup where it's you're actually able to control someone else's recording software, or vice versa. So I could be recording you while you're singing, or you could be recording me while I'm playing piano, or we could do it the other way around. So there's a lot of different options, but the reality is by having the dual streaming pristine audio, and then of course the video conferencing, just like we're doing now with Zoom, you put that all together and you've got the perfect platform for collaboration. So it
Wow.
really is a revolutionary platform, and it's the only platform out there. And you can read all about it at sessionwire.com, but it's the only one out there that actually has a social part of it, where you can put in your profile and your audition videos and your discography. It's kind of like LinkedIn for musicians.
Yeah.
But it's fascinating.
Wow. It really is fascinating. I feel like I could talk to you about this all day. And the word that was popping into my head is revolutionary. I mean, the access that the unfortunate part of the pandemic locking us down and keeping us in our place, really a positive side effect of that has been kind of this digital access to people from around the world. And I can only imagine how important that community is to musicians. And, I don't have to tell you, I know you're a musician too. And here in Austin, several of our friends and friends of the show, it's been a tough year for musicians. A lot of gigs canceled. The cash flow is a little limited. I hear that still Sessionwire is still accessible in terms of price point for musicians.
Yeah, Sessionwire comes in at around $15 a month, kind of similar to a lot of the Zooms and things like that. However, keep in mind that we're releasing a brand new platform in January, hopefully for the NAMM show. Currently, it's only Mac OS, which we really cater to the high-end engineers, but what we found is that they may have the big full blown out Mac studios and whatnot, but some of their artists, their singers or professional musicians, they're Windows or PC based. So we've developed plugins for both cross-platform and a brand new Windows standalone version. We're actually doing a grandfathering deal for the people that get in an annual plan before the end of the year.
Nice.
They'll automatically get that upgrade for free, and that's really exciting. We really want to build this community, and a lot of the like-minded musicians and engineers and people out there are giving us feedback, and we're continually working with them at the highest levels of the industry. We're talking multiple Grammy award-winning producers and people using this. I mean, obviously, people are locked down, and like you said, musicians have lost gigs, but musicians are resilient. They'll find ways of earning some revenue. But now people are discovering with Sessionwire, they can teach guitar lessons.
Yeah.
They can do mixes. It's
Wow.
fascinating. You've never been able to do that before.
Wow. It sounds like the possibilities are kind of endless. And I know musicians local and globally are appreciating this. And I'm sure here in Austin, Texas, a lot of our music friends who watch the show every morning are like, what? So please let us know, where can we go to learn a little bit more about Sessionwire and sign up?
Yeah, go to sessionwire.com and everything's there. And there's a free trial. We'd be happy to have one of our engineers help onboard you. If you need a little bit of help, you just send info@sessionwire.com, a quick email, and we'll take care of you. We also have a Facebook users group. If you just type in Sessionwire into Facebook, you'll be able to find us there.
It's a brave new world in terms of this new digital gig enterprise, and you seem to be leading the charge. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Well, thank you. I love Austin. It is Music City, and I'm really excited to get in front of a lot of the musicians there, because I know that they're hungry and they're ready to make and create. And we want to empower creators around the world, and we're doing it with Sessionwire.